My name is Ayabami. Can I meet you?
Okay, my name is Mildred.
My name is Chinedu.
My name is Kachi.
Service was amazing as usual, always awesome.
Did you come early?
Yes, I did. I came during praise and worship.
Okay, so you still met the praise and worship.
I did, yes, I did.
Because praise is also part of it.
Part of it, yes,
All right.
yes.
So tell me, what did you learn in service today?
Well, I think that the series that Pastor has been taking about, so goes your tongue, so goes your life. To me, it's because the tongue is it's a very sensitive part of the body. And then we don't know. In fact, last week Sunday, and then it just gave rise to today's own. I mean, you pray about something, sometimes you get answers to it, and then you do not know that you have received the answer, so you have to speak. All right. So that becomes that's the thing that remains remarkable for me. All right. So when you pray, you get answers. You also have to speak it, because that gives the confirmation God has already given to you. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're
so
welcome.
please start speaking so that there's a difference. The year
Every
just
day.
started.
Yes,
So there's a
every day.
difference to say.
I will.
All
I
right,
will
so
not
thank you
just-
so much. We look forward to seeing you next week.
I learned that we should always speak positive things into our lives. And the second thing is that we should always try to look at things from perspective and expect that when we are when we have to go achieve some things in life, we have to go through a wilderness process. There are some things that they don't just hand us to us like a box of candy. We have to ensure that we have a strong and willing mindset to go through some certain negativities in our life, and as a process to become a better person. Yeah,
So are you coming to church next week?
yeah, definitely, sure.
How many people are you bringing? One more first timers. At least you can invite them.
I'll
and
bring my
send them
friend.
to the
I'll try and
meeting.
bring my friend.
Hello. How are you? Why are you laughing so much? How was service today?
It was good, thank you. So one thing I picked was the fact that Pastor said we should learn to speak the things that we have seen in the spirit. So if you are praying about something, it's not just enough for you to pray about it, but it's also important for you to speak to these things to bring them into manifestation.
So now it's time to start speaking,
Yes.
speaking.
Yes.
And at least we'll not be proud about it. We'll speak, we'll listen, we'll do all of that.
Yes.
Okay. Please make sure you use that this week. And
I
we
plan
expect.
to. It's a process, but I mean, I think it's a very good thing.
All right, darling. Have a wonderful week.
You too.
All right. Bye. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
How are you today?
Very well, thank
Our
you.
service.
Yeah, it was very fantastic service.
Did you meet your expectation? Did you exceed it?
It's always exceeding my expectations, so
Fantastic.
today was not an exception.
Okay, great. So I want to know, can you tell me one thing you picked from all that Pastor said today?
I think for me, and I think it started that thought maybe last week when it talked about when you pray. After praying, you don't just fold your hands. After praying, you speak to it, and I think for me that struck a chord within me. That after praying, it's not like, oh God, so I prayed, I'm done. Speak to exactly what you want God to do, and it followed up on that today. And one of the other things he said is that when you begin to draw away from all of that, it's like saying that you are sufficient by yourself, that you can handle things by yourself, that you don't need any help. But that we should always, because you talked about Apostle Paul when he said in weakness and in fear, that in that weakness, he's saying that I've gotten to what I think I could do with my strength, but right now it's all about God, and it's God that I need to help me out here. So for me, very important, speak to things after praying, and secondly, come to God the way you are. I don't think that you already have attained. So it's always a wonderful time.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, sir.
You too.
Bye.
Okay, so one take home for me is a lot of times when we are asking God for something or praying for something, we always feel like, oh, let me use the word, like I know exactly what it is that I'm supposed to do, and having done all that, you see that there's no result. There's actually the place where you have to listen instinctively for God to give you directions as at what to do to receive from Him. Put aside your pride, put aside the fact that you know, actually hear from God what He wants you to do.
Okay, so it's just don't be proud in your weakness. Let God be strength. That is sticker. Thank you so much, Midward.
Stick with it. Don't add anything to the instruction and don't remove anything from the instruction. The way He tells you is the way you should do it. Now, that's someone that has walked with God. For if God tells you something, you don't add your ideas to it. It is what He says you build according to the pattern that was shown you. He said, this is the commandment. When Moses was going to meet Pharaoh, God said, these are the words you will speak that will trigger my power.